Good afternoon, everyone. Well, welcome to another live stream. Just bear with me while I get things set up here. So today we're going to be looking at something pretty cool. Good afternoon. Oh, I always forget to do that. Turn down the sound. Excuse me. Of my own computer. Yeah, today we're going to be looking at a pretty epic scene here for the next episode of For the Empire. Now, this, as I say, this looks pretty epic, and it looks like it should be using up a lot of processor power and a lot of so many pixels in the scene, right? But no, as you start looking at it closer, you might start to realize that it's all just a painting. It's just an image. So if I look closer at these troopers down here, this is actually a 3D graphic, basically, surrounding these guys. So this is a, I can't take any credit for this. This is created by a very clever 3D user on sketchfab.com named Ellen. So if you look up Star Wars Hangar, you can find this model on there if you wanted to play with it yourself. But yeah, if I zoom out, you'll get a better sense of exactly what we're looking at here. So yeah, sorry Brian, I were destroying the magic for you here. So the actual only real 3D parts of this model are the stormtroopers, the bridge they're standing on, and the big sphere that the graphic is projected onto. But the reason I like this so much is that it's pretty much exactly how, well, not exactly, but the concept is the same of how they did the original film, where there was a live plate in the foreground, or sometimes it was shot through, and the background image was a matte painting painted on glass. So yeah, new tools, same techniques. Otherwise this kind of scene would be probably way beyond my processor power with that amount of stormtroopers down there. But anyway, so today we're just going to be starting on another little dialogue scene for this scene here. So I just got to find out which troops I'm using. Okay, there's FNG and FKU. My dog just busted a hole in the wall. Okay. Cool. Cool. And camera. And I'm just going to put it down an audio track so I can edit along to the audio, but you won't be able to hear it because spoilers. We don't like spoilers. Okay, so once again, these troopers around them, so these are our two lead troopers here, FKU and FNG, and these troopers all around just have kind of like a looping animation onto them, so they're not standing completely still. They have a little bit of motion on them, like breathing, slight head turns, that kind of thing, but they don't really do much in the background. Thank you, Brian V. That is very, very kind of you to say. Yeah, just it's always really nice to get feedback of how much people are enjoying the videos. You know, if we can brighten someone's day, bring them a little joy in this dark world, then we've done our job. That sounded really dramatic, didn't it? And once again, so we start out with the same base animation for both these guys, just a little idle motion, but As you can see there, they're kind of doing the same thing at the same time, which is also not ideal. So what I usually like to do to start with is take FKU, who's a little bit more laid back, and firstly just slow his animation down. So that means that they're not doing the same thing at the same time, but also he's got a little bit more matching to his character and the speed that he moves around. So that's the base motion, and then we have to start adding in the personality. We'll be seeing our new member FNG69. Oh, you mean TK69, TKO69. Yes, definitely so. She will make a return. I can't say when, but we will definitely be seeing her again. So, edit keyframe by keyframe. The head. So hopefully anyone who's wanting to learn this kind of stuff and has been following along, you might start learning from repetition, because you may notice that a lot of this is kind of the same process every time. Any chance of collaboration with Dolores, Imperial HR? I have seen her videos. They're very funny. Yeah, would love to. Does anyone know how to get in touch with her? No, I'm sure our voice actors would love to do a collab. Just gotta put the camera somewhere. What's that's another camera in the right in the way. The keyframe there. Thank you, Danka Gold. Yeah, it's always that kind of that balance of don't want to destroy the magic too much, but I think, you know, because I do this, I would find the process of how this is put together quite interesting if I wasn't doing it myself. So yeah, this is just a little peek behind the curtain. Has this series surpassed my expectations anyway? Yes, I think the answer to that is a most definite yes. Because originally it was literally just supposed to be a test of technologies to see how well I could, you know, put together an animation or a show in Unreal, and stormtroopers were fairly easy to animate, and so I just put together that, you know, what I thought was just like a simple little first day animation, and then it just it went off, and so here we are 6 episodes later. Valentine's Day was very good, thank you very much. Well, actually it was kind of weird in the sense that New Zealand had a nationwide cyclone going on at the time, so it was a little intense, but we're all fine. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thanks. How are you? So obviously you can't hear the dialogue that he's reacting to, but so I can adjust the keyframes depending on how fast I want him to turn his head, or where I want him to turn his head. Hi, Zach Ryder. It is going really good, thank you. The wind has stopped and the rain has stopped in New Zealand. So that's nice for the moment. Yeah, thanks, Brian. I think we were all pretty happy with that one. I was wondering about doing a whole Lapti Neck music video. Do I have plans to do anything more than Star Wars? Well, yes, I have another Talkie Orcs episode, about halfway through, nearly ready to release. Episode of AFK, nearly ready to release as well. I assume you're talking about other commercial properties. Have been thinking about it, but not sure exactly what to do yet. How does it feel to have made a more beloved Star Wars story than the final trilogy? Well, that's subjective, isn't it? I mean, I don't like to tell people what to enjoy and what not to enjoy. If people, especially kids, if the new trilogy was their first experience of Star Wars and they love Rey and Finn and Poe, you know, who am I to try and take that away from them? I'm being very diplomatic here. Right, so just listening to the dialogue and trying to match up the movie. Well, Kenneth, Talkie Orcs is kind of that. If you've managed to check that out, it's set in a sort of an MMO kind of world. Maybe have a look at that. It's not specifically World of Warcraft, but it's similar. Cool negative. Are we going to get a new season of AFK? As I always say, hope springs eternal. But the reality is that post-COVID, independent filmmaking in any sense, especially ambitious fantasy filmmaking, has become harder, more expensive. However, the growth of this channel through these shorts and the new audiences come in means that we should start looking at another Kickstarter possibly in the near future for season 3. Oh, what was that noise? Oh, somebody just tipped some money. Thank you, Rhinodods. Rhinodods. I don't see you on the chat, but I don't see all the names. So cool negative. In answer to your question, I don't like to leave things unfinished. And the story of AFK is definitely not finished. So yeah, we're always trying to think of ways that we could achieve that. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's easy. It becomes a little bit second nature in terms of the repetition, especially in simple dialogue scenes like this, because it's literally just moving somebody's head and maybe their spine a little bit to match what they're saying. But I'm always constantly trying to learn new stuff. Like, for example, this set that we're working in at the moment is quite a new thing that I haven't experienced before, and it's been a lot of fun to work with because you can get something quite epic looking for very little processor power. Thank you, Ryan. Oh, you're going to see plenty more, don't worry. Yeah, I'll zoom out again so everyone can see what I'm talking about with the set. This 360 degrees hanger set, which is basically just a painting projected onto a ball, a big ball that these troopers are surrounded by. But once you get in the right angle, it looks really, really good. Oh, Zach, yes, that's right. Yes, I've got your email. I was going to write to you actually because I do need voices, and I hadn't forgotten. So yeah, expect an email maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Catch you later, Brian. So I won't let this stream go on for too long because two people talking on a bridge is probably not the most interesting thing to watch, but I mostly just wanted to show off that 3D set because I thought it was really cool. And once again, that was not made by me. You can't take credit for it. Made by somebody called Ellen on Sketchfab, sketchfab.com. So if you look up a Star Wars hangar on Sketchfab, you'll find this model and you can play with it yourself. So I just put a little bit of camera shake on there as well. I always like my camera shake. And just a little bit of side-to-side motion on the camera itself. So we're going to, oops, slow it down. So just like to come out a little bit. Come out a little bit. And then go back in a little bit. So Skologsy. Yes, I got that poster. Thank you. I've already put it in the rec room. So you'll see that on the finished cut of this. So there's that little camera motion. Okay, so yeah, quick little live stream. Like I said, once again, just really wanted to show off this this 3D set because this is so cool. I really like this, and it saves me so much in terms of processor power. Imagine all the polygons in that if I had to actually build that with all those troopers and that shuttle and everything. It'd be ridiculous. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, it harkens back to the original methods of how they made these films with matte paintings and the like. So yeah, standing on the shoulders of giants, as they say. So yeah, once again, if you like what you see, like and subscribe, leave a comment, become a channel member if you or a Patreon member if you want to get advanced access to these episodes, to see them a week earlier than everybody else, as well as a few other goodies on the channel. We have merchandise. We've always got merchandise. You can buy t-shirts and the like. And oh, something I did want to mention is that if you wanted to find a way of supporting the channel without, if you're a little short of cash, but you wanted to find a way to support the channel anyway, without actually spending any money, what you can do is just watch these live streams, because the live streams on YouTube, they pay, in terms of the advertising, they pay a lot higher rate than our regular videos. For some reason, I have no idea why. So if you just watch all the way through a live stream, or even just leave them playing one after the other, that actually gives us a little bit of cash, especially if you watch them all the way through to the end, or once again, you don't watch them, you just leave them playing in the background. And that's the way you can help to support the channel without actually even spending any money. Just leave it playing in the background while you do something else. Yeah, once again, thanks for watching, everybody. And yeah, we'll